talk about forward fold, Uttanasana. Now, Uttanasana, forward folding, happens from the hip socket. The spine should come over parallel to the ground without changing shape. And then after you get to parallel, you can start to allow the spine to extend, but the front of the body should still have this feeling of length in it. One of the ways we can feed that is by using the upper arms. We're going to draw those upper arms back slightly. Now, I didn't rotate and I didn't pinch together. I just pulled the upper arms back a little bit, taking the arm bones into the triceps. As I do that, it opens the collarbones, and then I can extend over and keep the front of the body long. It doesn't matter how low you go in Uttanasana. It matters that your spine extend and that your legs be active. Now, I've chosen to use the block 4 inches wide between my feet. The thighs insert into the hip socket 4 to 6 inches apart. So this block is 4 inches wide or 6 inches wide, and you get to decide how you like to use the block. The block keeps your feet parallel. How do you decide how you like the block? You try it both ways. I like 4 inches. So we've got these collarbones wide. We've got a block between the feet to keep the legs parallel and the feet parallel. We head over, and we want to keep the knees soft and lift the hamstrings to continue that extension of the spine, but also to engage the legs. You have to go up to go down. And we come back up. Now, another way to wake the legs up is also a way I work with this pose therapeutically with people with a little bit of low back or hip pain. Often that low back or hip pain might happen if a thigh bone is not, say this is my hip socket, here's the head of the femur. If that thigh bone is starting to come out to the side, isn't really centered, the pelvis can start to drop onto the thigh. And when that happens, there will be compression, there can be pain, there can be lack of mobility. So what we're going to do is use a smaller block. It's about 2 to 3 inches wide. And I'm going to put it at the top of my thighs, up near the groin. If you don't have a smaller block, or you don't have any blocks, you can take a towel and roll it up and stick it in there. Lovely, isn't it? Now, when I have that block there, that 4 inches wide block between my feet isn't working for me so much. I'm just going to get rid of that and just make sure my feet are parallel. And I'm going to squeeze in at the top of my thighs. The trick here is to not squeeze in at the knees or by rolling in at the ankles. I want to keep my feet firmly on the floor, outer foot and inner foot, keep my knees above my ankles, and squeeze in just at the very top of the thigh bone, squeezing that block, big time. And then I take those same forward folds. Collarbones open, shoulders back, exhale and bend over, and inhale and come up and squeeze the block the whole time. Now, people with back pain might only move this far. That's great, but if you're moving with that action in the legs and the knees slightly bent, this should be doable. If it's not, don't do it. And so you do about 10 of these, resisting that block on the way down, on the way up, you're squeezing into it, engaging those legs in all sorts of new ways that you probably haven't done before. And then after you finish, the legs come in and under you, and the spine has lift, and it feels really good. And often, if there's been some compression, there might be less. Now, I don't want you to try and diagnose yourselves and use these poses just to fix any back pain. It might not fix yours. But if you're feeling like you have a little bit of back pain and you can bend forward, try using the block between your thighs and see what it does. And even if you don't have back pain, if you've never thought about using the legs before in this pose, try working with the block at your thighs. Squeezing into that block, making sure you don't lock the knees, extending the spine as you head over. If you want to learn more about this, lifting of the legs and extending the spine, go check out the Prasarita Padottanasana video, much more in depth. That's it, Uttanasana. Go forward fold, see what it does for you. For those of you who are discovering that you like this work and you'd like to go deeper into Eischens Yoga, find a teacher near you. Go to EischensYoga.com and see if there are any Eischens Yoga teachers in your area. If you find yourself in the Twin Cities, come take my classes and workshops, or contact me for a private individual session. If you really like this stuff, you can become an Eischens Yoga geek. Soon, we're going to have a t-shirt for that.